This is a video from one of our design and configure example DriveWorks Solo projects. This particular one shows how you can configure a factory conveyor. All the design rules and know-how have been set up in the project already, so that new variations can be created simply by entering the requirements on the forms. This example project, along with several others, is available to download from the DriveWorks Solo website. Clicking on the Run Specification button launches a new specification. The first form is an opportunity to fill out the customer details for this conveyor. There is the option of filling out the customer details manually, or by selecting Existing Customer and selecting an existing customer from the drop-down list. If New Customer is selected, messages are displayed at the bottom of the screen to notify the user that required information is missing from the form. As you can see, these messages disappear when valid information is filled out in the control fields. Once all the information is filled out correctly, the next button is enabled and we can begin to design our conveyor. On this form, we can determine the amount of conveyors that we would like to build. As we increase the number from one section, you'll notice that the option to choose between curved and straight sections appear. For now, we'll choose a single section. Our next form gives us a chance to specify the dimensions of our single section conveyor. We can determine the length, width and height, the duty, and whether it has elevated side rails. Once we're happy with the selections, we can click Preview to see what we have specified. By clicking the Preview Model button at the top of the Solo task pane, the models alone will be generated. The preview generation takes a copy of the master model, gives it a temporary name, and puts it into a temporary location. DriveWorks then generates the model to the value specified in the project and displays the results. Now that the generation is complete, the model is being generated to the exact values that were entered onto the forms during the specification. If the model design isn't completely correct, the values of the model can be changed and the model can be previewed again. We can go back and edit the number of sections to include 3 sections with a curved second section. Once we have determined the width, height, duty and type of side rails in this first section, these options are set throughout the remaining sections to maintain consistency. So again, once we're happy with the selections, we can click Preview and have a look at what the model will look like. Once the engineer is happy with the model, they can also preview the drawings that will be produced with this project. Again, like the model, drawings can be previewed by clicking this button here. This uses the temporary models just created and generates the drawings captured against the models, based on the rules created in the project. Notice that each drawing will open, and on each drawing sheet the drawing views will rescale, resize and reposition based on the rules created. Taking a look at the drawing, you can see that the information from the project has been populated into the borders. The bill of materials has also been updated, and so have other notes on the form. There is also the opportunity during a specification to preview the documents that are scheduled to be created when the project is finished. In this project, there is a covering letter, a quotation, a bill of materials, and a document showing all the values entered onto the form. Each document can be viewed individually to ensure that the document has been populated with the correct information. The final document is a report file. This is an audit trail of what actions DriveWorks Solo has taken. So using this, you can see it has driven the custom properties of the drawing, and you can see that it has driven all the appropriate dimensions. Any action DriveWorks takes will be reported on. This really helps to troubleshoot the rules in your project to ensure they are built and calculated correctly. Once you are happy with all the files that have been previewed, click Finish to allow DriveWorks to finalize all the models and drawings and save them into the file location determined in the rules. With everything checked in the Finish dialog, all the models and drawings will be saved permanently to their location, the documents will be generated, and all of this will be displayed in Windows Explorer when it is complete. As the model is rebuilt, the temporary file name at the top of the SOLIDWORKS screen is updated to reflect the file name based on the rules set up in the project. In this case, the file name is built to contain information from the project. Therefore, if a particular part has already been generated to that size, DriveWorks Solo will reuse that file. This practice is used all the way through the project to speed up generation time. The drawings are also generated with the general arrangement drawings being rebuilt and saved to the location specified in the rules of this project. In addition to the top level, we have a drawing of the straight and curve sections to show the detail in those assemblies. Now that the generation is complete, we are presented with the files saved in their locations. We have structured the files in this project to be organized into models, documents, and drawings folders, each containing the appropriate files. In addition to this, the report file will be saved in the same location as a Drive report file. This can then be viewed retrospectively. So that brings us to the end of the video for our Conveyor project. Remember that you can download the project yourself, fill out the forms over and over again, and configure your own factory conveyor. If you have any questions about the video, the project, or about DriveWorks Solo, please contact your SOLIDWORKS or DriveWorks reseller, or email support@driveworkssolo.com. As well as this, you can check out the help file for more useful information.